It's a singer's voice, singers only. Singer's voice, singers only.
Hey you guys, it's Kristal Cherelle from Indie Artist School. Welcome to the Singer's Arsenal. Today, I'm talking about the most common vocal questions. Now, this is very interesting because it's not really a set diagram or topic. It's really just the common questions that people ask me as their vocal coach, or in the online courses that I have, or that I see in the comments here on YouTube. So I figured might as well just talk about it now, okay? But I think the big question is, do you approve of my voice? So there's this idea that there is a perfect voice, and that if you don't have that perfect voice, which varies between person to person, by the way, but a lot of people think that if their voice isn't like in tip-top shape or just perfect or something that they've heard before or their favorite artist, they assume that no one else will like their voice. And I just want to be the first person to tell you that that is far from the truth. The truth of the matter is your voice is unique and it's yours. And that's the very thing that the people who hear you, your new fans, are going to love most about your voice. So if you're feeling a little insecure about the way your voice sounds, first of all, I just want you to know, I don't know hardly anyone who's just like, yes, my voice is the best. And I love my voice all the time. No. On average, most people don't like their own voice, but they sing anyway. Why? Because they love singing, and they develop their voice so that it could be the best that it can be, so that at least when they're singing, they know they're literally doing their very best in that moment. So the second question that I get asked a lot is, am I a lost cause? Can I grow? Is this just the way my voice is going to be forever? Am I tone deaf? Like, all of these are under this umbrella of, am I too bad to be saved? And I'll be honest with you, I find that the people who are asking this question are way better than they think they are. Okay, just on average, I think people are just really hard on themselves. And maybe you're struggling with something vocally, and so you think because you're struggling, it means you can't learn. But that is the furthest thing from the truth. The truth of the matter is, as long as you're diligent and you're measuring your progress, you will see for yourself the amount of progress that you're making. But if you're not tracking it and you don't reward yourself for your wins, it's real easy to be like, you know what? I don't think I'm getting better. Like, how do I know if I'm getting better? And then you start second guessing yourself and think that maybe you can't grow at all, when that, you know what I'm about to say, it's the furthest thing from the truth. Because if you've ever learned anything in your life, you are capable of learning to sing as well. And I know this leads me into the third most common question, which is, was I born to sing? Which is a very esoteric question. What you're really asking is, do I have talent? Okay, do I have natural skill? And the question is really, this is gonna sound weird coming from me, I'm sure, but I'll just be the first to tell you, that question's irrelevant. First of all, talent is a spectrum, okay? And you could talk to one person, they would say this one person has all the talent in the world, and have that same person sing in front of someone else, and they could say they don't have any talent at all. And the reason why you're gonna find these type of discrepancies is because, you know what? The music is in the ear of the beholder, okay? It's kind of like asking someone if they think you're pretty. Yes, you're beautiful, okay? Like, the way you are, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, is everybody gonna think that you're beautiful? Probably not. Is everyone gonna think you sound beautiful? Probably not. Does that mean you're not? Absolutely not. I said not 50 times, but I'm just trying to get the point across. Hopefully you got that message, okay? Your voice is beautiful. You're beautiful. It does not mean you're perfect or that your voice is perfect, but I can almost guarantee there are at least 2, maybe 3 things that you actually love about your voice right now. And then I bet you could ask some of your closest friends or some people who are already fans of yours. You know, the ones who, when you sing something, they're like, oh, okay, I see you. And it might be real subtle, but low key, they hear it. They hear your potential. If you've ever been told that, then honey, yes. Okay. Yes, you got some talent, okay? There's something in there that allows you to sing in front of people when you have never had a lesson in your life. Or maybe you've had several lessons in your life that, you have learned some things, but you've been riding on your talent either way. Well, honey, having talent is good, but it ain't everything, okay? And that leads me to the 4th question that people ask me all the time, which is, can my voice change for the better? I feel the need to say that. I think everybody knows your voice can change for the worse. If you've ever had a night of partying and you woke up the next morning and you were sounding like, oh, hey, you guys, how you doing? And that's ever happened to you, then I think yes, your voice can change for the worse. So my question for you is this, not to get petty, but if your voice can change for the worst, what makes you think it can't change for the best? I'm just curious. Just tossing that out there. Just let that marinate, okay? Just sit with it. Ask yourself that question like, oh, okay, yeah. Have you noticed how adaptable your voice is? Yes. Okay, now let that sink in. That should be all the clues you need to know that yes, your voice can evolve with you as you grow, and it will. And the best way to make sure that happens is to actually work on your voice, develop your voice, train your voice, listen to your voice, and be aware of how you feel when you're singing, okay? If you're straining and you're feeling tired, then chances are there's probably something that you could do to help alleviate that problem, okay? And usually vocal coaching is what helps best for that. If you're following my channel or listening to the podcast, you already know what it is. I'm a vocal coach, and I have created 2 online courses to help you develop your voice or learn how to release your own music as an independent artist. I also give one-on-one coaching sessions on Zoom where I am helping you discover your own voice and have a customized vocal exercise plan so that your voice is getting trained in the way you need it to develop the skills you need, such as singing better runs, belting, learning how to stop straining, increasing your vocal range. The list goes on. But that being said, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing or helping people or seeing transformations happen and hearing them for myself and for you guys to hear as well if transformation wasn't possible, right? So anyway, just tossing that out there. And, there's some honorable mentions of questions that people ask. And some of those are, do you think I can make it in the industry? And I'm going to talk about that one because that one is not really all about talent and skill, believe it or not. At least not talent and skill in singing alone. That has to do with business strategy, marketing, social media, having an online presence and fostering relationships with your fans and building a fan base. So those skill sets have to come to play as well. So if you're thinking about becoming your own artist, being an independent artist, doing gigs, booking and all of that, just make sure that you're aware that there are some other skills that you need to develop and maybe even partner with some people who are specialized in those areas, because I know we all want to be everything to everybody, but sometimes you need a little help. If you need a little help, make sure that you get that help that you need, okay? So that being said, are you meant to sing? Only you know. You get to decide right now if you're meant to sing by, guess what? Singing. Just sing a song, guys. I think sometimes we get too much into our head about it. And, I definitely want to make sure that you're developing your voice and that you're singing it to the best of your ability, but don't let it paralyze you, okay? Don't let anybody stop you from sharing your voice, okay? Even if it's just yourself in the car or you're singing around the house or singing for your kids or your friends or your family, whatever it is, just make sure that you're expressing yourself, you guys. It is therapeutic, and Lord knows we need some therapy. We need some therapy in 2021, okay? We needed therapy in 2020. To be honest, we needed therapy in 2018, 17, like this is long overdue. So make sure you're expressing yourself and, filling yourself up. Realize that singing is not just about, sounding good and getting applause from other people, although that's pretty amazing, okay? But singing is more about being able to express your emotions in a way that comes out clear. So when they hear you, they're like, man, I felt that. Have you ever listened to a singer and got goosebumps? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And honestly, as a vocalist, that's what I aspire to do every time I sing a song, is those goosebumps, okay? So in order to do that, you gotta be free, liberated, and allow your voice to come through. And honestly, you gotta be patient with yourself along this journey, because it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. There are gonna be several gigs that you sing or practices you have where you're like, ooh, made a couple mistakes, but that's okay. Ready to bounce back. I love what I do. This is my passion. This is freeing. This is creative. So those are the things that you need to consider if you're ever wondering any of these questions I mentioned today. Hopefully my answers to those questions gave you a little hope, a little inspiration, a little perspective, okay, so that you can be your best vocalist, okay? So if you're interested in getting one-on-one vocal coaching with me, go ahead and check out my website, indieartistschool.com. I'll be honest with you guys, the sessions you guys are really supporting, and I am nearly booked up as of right now. However, I don't know when you're seeing this video, so just check it out, indieartistschool.com. And I also have a online course called the R&B Singers Arsenal. You see what I did there? Singers Arsenal, the name of the podcast and the name of the course. Okay, so if you're interested in learning how to improve your voice so that you can sing better R&B, because R&B's got us doing the most, okay? But if you love R&B and you want to do your best when you're singing it, then you definitely need to check out my course. It's called the R&B Singers Arsenal. Again, you can see all of this on my website, indieartistschool.com. Well, you guys, until next time, have a wonderful day.